Is it really as simple as accepting that the dream of adding a defensive titan has slipped through the Bears' fingers once again? Or could there still be a lightning bolt of hope lingering in the air, just waiting to illuminate a path that's shrouded in uncertainty? Today we're diving deep into the swirling chaos surrounding one particular name in the NFL, Trey Hendrickson, and what his future could spell for our beloved Chicago Bears. Trust me, you're going to want to buckle in for this ride. Hit that like button, subscribe for all the heart-stopping, news-shaking Hollis Hall, and drop a comment. Do you believe that the Bears can still craft their future on the foundation of strength in the trenches? The whispers are growing, my friends, and the air is thick with tension. Inside sources, connected insiders, they've all been talking, hinting at something brewing behind closed doors in Cincinnati. Rumors swirl like a tempest, offering tantalizing glimpses of a possible blockbuster trade that seems just out of reach. And then, like a thunderclap, the name surfaces. Trey Hendrickson, the ferocious edge rusher for the Bengals, who might just be the missing piece for our defensive line. Imagine him lining up next to Montez Sweat, creating an edge-rushing nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, instilling fear where there's been doubt. This isn't just a move. It's a potential game-changer for our defense, igniting memories of legends like Urlacher and Peppers' defensive resurgence that could redefine who the Bears are supposed to be. But let's step back for a moment. Picture this, a team already battling through an identity crisis, with whispers of discontent surrounding players, coaches, and trades. What if the Bengals choose to cling to Hendrickson instead, folding into the comfort of mediocrity while we sit on the edge of our collective seat just waiting for the signal to rise? He's a player who's shown flashes of brilliance, carrying that Bengals defense at times last year, yet he's now standing at a crossroads, demanding a long-term deal, something our Bears so desperately need to shore up this defensive line. The stakes couldn't be higher. What if we land him? That's immediately significant for a franchise that has seen so much heartbreak. The '85 Bears, that magical run, the near misses of the playoff years, the glory days that seem to just beyond our grasp. Fans know that pain too intimately. Hope that fizzles out when grit falters as we yearn for a return to glory. Imagine us thrusting into an era where our defensive identity is ruthless again, a collective growl echoing down the sidelines, striking fear into our rivals. But hold on, what if it all goes south? What if the deal falls through, leaving us high and dry, licking our wounds as prospects dim? Do we dare to gamble with our future, knowing the clock is ticking louder and more ominously as we inch closer toward training camp? So many questions remain, swirling like the gusts through Soldier Field on a brisk Chicago evening. Will the front office make the move, or are we merely left to churn in the darkness of what could have been? As we edge closer to preseason, the truth hangs in the balance, waiting for its moment to unveil itself. Until then, the speculation sends chills down the spine. What would the Bears do? And remember, as we navigate this uncertain terrain, the monsters of the Midway have a reputation to uphold. You won't want to miss what's brewing next. Part 2 is just around the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your beers and raise your voices, because it's time to rally the Bears faithful. We've marched through the ash and rubble, the disappointments of 2010, the eerie echoes of 2018. We've felt the gut punch of double doinks that haunt our dreams before each new season. But here we are, staring into the abyss, bold with our hope. This is our time to band together like the greats that have worn the blue and orange before. You? But hear me out, folks. What if everything we believe about this team, the front office, the coaching strategies, the quarterback situation, gets flipped upside down right before our eyes? Imagine those conversations in the locker room, the palpable tension after that last blown fourth-quarter lead, where the whispers grow louder, lurking like a storm cloud over Lake Michigan, fueling doubt and hope all at once. We're facing our age-old rivals, the Packers with their incessant smugness, the Lions ready to bite our hearts out, and the Vikings eager to steal our lunch money year after year. But what if, and I mean what if, we finally harness the rage of generations past? Can you picture it? Wasn't it just yesterday when we screamed for Ehrlicher, his intensity carving through defenses like a blade? He'd shake his head and wonder, what's wrong with my Bears? While watching today's players struggle on the field. It's these thoughts that gnaw at our confidence, wearing us down like the icy wind slicing through Soldier Field in December. And then there's our storied history, the iconic 1985 championship team. Who could run through walls, or those bittersweet moments in 2006, when we tasted the field of glory only to be just out of reach against the Colts? Oh, those memories. Linger like the aftertaste of a cheap bourbon, uncomfortable but impossible to ignore. When we look at our current roster, we're reminded of legends like Hester, who lit up stadiums with his speed, and Singletary's indomitable spirit that made opponents second-guess their life choices. But are we setting ourselves up for redemption, or is this just another thrilling chapter in our downward spiral into mediocrity? You could feel the cracks begin to form, with the laughter and camaraderie seeping away, a narrative string. Unraveling. This uncertainty rolls in thick, like that fog over the lake, and it makes you wonder, is this just another restart, or the start of something startling, something we haven't yet imagined? Futures hinge on those locker room decisions made in 5-minute meetings, futures that could be optimistic or dreadfully grim, depending on what they choose. What kind of spell would it take to turn all this anxiety into pure adrenaline rushing through our veins come game day? Because when the kickoff happens and the Bears take the field, we're blasted with flashes of hope, a passing play that looks eerily reminiscent of Cutler, audacious moments intertwined with the strong arm of our young star. And as the game progresses, you can feel it deep inside your bones. The hesitation from our rivals across the NFC North, not sure what to expect from our feral bunch, who've been twice bitten but still roaring for redemption. Now, can you envision the wars that lie ahead? Thursday nights where hearts will race, minds will clash, and saints will dare ask, is this the new age of the Bears we've all been waiting for? Or will it be one last gasp before a long, dark winter of despair? The clock is ticking, my friends, and by the end of this season, are we counting down the minutes to victory or wallowing in regret, asking ourselves if we should have believed more fiercely? Will it be a ride of ecstatic joy or chaotic disbelief? The answers might just twist us further into the whirlwind of what it means to be not only a fan but a true believer. And as that final whistle echoes through our hearts, will you have the strength to rise with the Bears or drown in the depths of history's gloom? The question hangs in the air, heavy yet inviting, as anticipation builds like treacherous waves, promising either salvation or devastation in this unyielding electric journey ahead.